Hi, we're Scaled Biolabs, and we are scaling down biology. I'm Drew, our CEO, and I'd like to tell you why this is really important for accelerating discovery. An example from the computing industry might help. The computing industry started off relying on humans to move information around, shown here in the 1920s. And needless to say, this was not so efficient. Thankfully, they hugely upscaled their productivity by miniaturizing their processes onto microchips and developing software to run them. Now, biomedical research looked much the same as the computing industry did in the 1920s. In 2017, nothing's changed. Things still look exactly the same. And what this means is our best and brightest minds at leading research institutes around the world spend the bulk of their time in the lab doing manual, repetitive tasks, not making discoveries. And this is a serious problem, not just for them, because this is one reason why pharma now has a large, growing productivity problem. Fewer drugs make it to market each year, despite a soaring R&D spend. We keep throwing the same inefficient processes at increasingly complex problems. The core experimental cycle in a biomedical R&D lab suffers from bottlenecks, and it hasn't changed in decades. Manual handling is still required to connect a series of outdated tools in series. So this means that the researcher's output is limited by how many experiments they can assemble, run, and analyze in a day. And robotics only automates this process without improving the tools or workflow. So clearly, the way we're doing biology today needs to be upgraded. So we took inspiration from the computing industry and designed miniaturized fluid circuits to overcome these roadblocks. So this approach allows us to take all those functions of a biomedical lab and shrink them down into a microchip. But we didn't just put the ability to do 1 or 2 experiments on this system. We put thousands of experiments side by side. This allows us to scan through many more conditions to find potential cures in just a fraction of the time. Yet it fits, of course, in the palm of your hand. This chip enables parallel biology on an unprecedented scale. Shown here is just one out of the more than 8,000 cell experiments happening in parallel from start to finish in our chip. And so this turbocharges biology, freeing the scientist from many hours at the bench and getting them back to understanding the science. But we've accelerated that as well. Here are 4 experiments out of our 8,000, and what you're seeing is a biologist's unaided view of the experiment, which is, in this case, cells turning into various types of tissue. Our software platform leverages machine learning to identify details that even the trained biologist's eye cannot see. This reveals hidden biology. And so our software platform makes very simple, not just the process of analyzing, but understanding 8,000 experiments. In this way, the software platform is empowering scientists to understand the full depth and breadth of thousands of experiments, which are compared in parallel to find the optimal outcome. And importantly, we can see all the properties of every cell in every experiment on an individual basis. So, the key thing here is that parallel experimentation combined with automated processing is what is allowing us to turbocharge biology. So, what have scientists been able to achieve so far using our system? Well, how about this? We're very proud to say that our academic collaborators used our technology to help work out how to grow a human kidney in a dish made from stem cells. This is absolutely game-changing for the more than 2 million sufferers of renal disease worldwide. Imagine if we could bring that impact to other areas of human health, because this is just one lab's efforts. Imagine the world once we get this system into every scientist's hands. And that's what we're doing, because we're already seeing significant traction with our customers. Shown here are some of the companies bringing online new therapies who are set to benefit from the advantages, and already are benefiting from the advantages of our technology. But they're not just nice logos, because they've already started to generate revenue for us. In just 4 months, we've seen significant revenue growth, and we've booked more than $160,000, with 200% month-on-month growth. Our business model is to sell a complete research platform, and this consists of a $200,000 benchtop instrument, single-use chips at $500 each, and the software platform, which is licensed to enterprises. We sell this platform into large, growing markets that are the future of medicine. We start with a strategy of winning smaller markets like cell therapies that have an immediate fit with our technology, and then grow into larger markets as we go on. So we differentiate ourselves from the competition on 2 main factors: the ability to offer more experiments happening in parallel, and more properties or detail measured in those experiments. But our real secret sauce is the ability to allow the experiment, analysis, readout, and the analysis of that data on the same platform. We've put in place manufacturing partners to help us develop our microfluidic chips and benchtop instruments, and they have proven track records. But we also care about doing solid science, which is why we have a strong pipeline of academic publications, and we're proudly the inventors of our core IP. So we've already prototyped and are running our whole platform, and we've brought in our first revenue by deploying that within the cell therapy space. Going forward, we'll be entering the immuno-oncology market, and eventually even personalized medicine. But our most important asset is the team. I'm a stem cell bioengineer who developed this platform and showed its proof of value in various stem cell settings. Our CSO, Justin Cooper-White, is a research leader in microfluidics, and he's our interface to the academic world, so he provides a constant stream of upgrades to our technology. And our CTO, Brendan Griffin, handles our bioinformatics needs because he's an expert in data analytics and has experience applying large-scale computing in the physics world. And together, we're the right team to execute on our vision, which is to bring the biology lab out of the past and into the 21st century, where it belongs. So please join us in doing that. We're raising a $2 million seed round now. Thank you.